Watch ABC 6 News first at 4th immediately after Hot Bench.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Frustrated patients looking for answers after learning a chain of Massachusetts medical facilities are closing their doors. What you need to know if you used Compass Medical. Plus, caught on tape, new audio recording surface where former President Donald Trump admits to having classified documents, what it means for his impending criminal case. And after a false start last week, the Patriots able to get back on the field. We'll take you to Gillette Stadium. And good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tara Lanazak. It's Thursday, June 1st. Happy Friday Eve and happy June 1st, start of the month. Can't believe we're already in June. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler to start off your 6 o'clock hour of Good Morning Providence.
Yeah, we have a lot going on today. So the beginning of meteorological summer, and today is also the first day of the start of the Atlantic hurricane season. So Providence looking at 53 degrees outside. Winds are out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour, so it's starting to increase a bit. And looking at these temperatures, we were very comfortable overnight. Warming up around the area, so if you are heading up to Boston right now, 59 degrees there, 47 in Taunton, it's 46 in New Bedford, and along the Cape, it's 60 degrees in Chatham this morning. So here's a look at that visibility. Most of the visibility concerns are over here in the south area along the Cape. We are looking at about a quarter of a mile. Norwood showing about a mile of visibility. So again, we got some just patchy fog in areas, especially those lower lying areas because of those calm winds this morning. As soon as those winds pick up, that'll start to move it on out. So forecasted highs for today, not too bad. We're looking at those 70s along the coastline and the Cape. Moving inland, we're moving up into those 80s. And some of us even hitting 90 degrees for today. So pretty warm because that warm air is moving up in from the west, and that's going to help those temperatures rise today and into tomorrow. But by the time we get in the weekend, we got a bit of a different story heading our way. I'll have more details on that in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. At 6:02, our top story this hour. Compass Medical Group announcing plans to close its practices in Massachusetts. It's coming as a complete shock to patients and staff. This morning, the closing is raising concerns from many as well. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Tregellis joins us in the newsroom with more on what you need to know. Yanni.
Tara Lynn, a lot of people frustrated and concerned today over the closing of Compass Medical, and some of those people even raising concerns about what will happen to their medical records after the business abruptly announced it's closing doors to all 6 of its locations in southeastern Massachusetts. Now those locations in Quincy, Braintree, Easton, East Bridgewater, Taunton, and Middleborough, and patients of Compass Medical say they found out yesterday through their providers that the practice would be closing permanently, and when they arrived to its Quincy headquarters, they found its doors already closed.
Nobody's notified anybody. The girls upstairs said they just told them 2 days ago, or yesterday they told them. They close on Friday.
The company also posting a statement on its website that reads in part, quote, "After a steady stream of challenges, we were ultimately forced to make the devastating decision to close all offices of Compass Medical effective immediately." Now, among some of those challenges, the group was reportedly ordered to pay more than $16 million to a Dallas-based healthcare system last October. And staff at Compass Medical telling our sister station WCVB that merger talks with another company recently fell through. All of that likely leading to yesterday's announcement that Compass Medical will be imminently closing. In the newsroom, Yanni Tregellis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that. A Fall River police officer found guilty of repeatedly abusing his authority. 40-year-old Michael Pessoa, a 17-year veteran of the department, used excessive and unnecessary force in 4 separate incidents from 2014 to 2019. Now, he was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, civil rights violations, and false reporting. According to the Bristol County DA's office, Pessoa was found guilty on all counts. His sentencing date is June 7th. And a Fall River school teacher is charged with indecent assault on a minor. Paul Cordy pleading not guilty in court on Wednesday. The 60-year-old teacher works at Durfee High School. A district statement says the teacher remains on administrative leave as their own investigation continues. Now, a judge ordered Cordy to have no contact with the accuser and was released pending his next court date. And back here in Providence, sentencing day for a man who stabbed someone to death 6 years ago. According to the Attorney General's office, 36-year-old Richard Sustri pled no contest to the second-degree murder of William Rodriguez. Now, Sustri will serve 32.5 years at the ACI with 50 years of probation. It was in November of 2017 when police were called to a home on Chalkstone Ave for a stabbing. Now, the victim lived below Sustri's mother, and Sustri admitted to stabbing the victim, throwing away the knife in blood-stained clothes, which police then later found. And a two-car crash shutting down a busy intersection in Cranston last night. It happened on Farmington and Dyer Avenues. The accident involved a pickup truck and convertible Mustang. Now, according to police, one person was taken away in an ambulance, and we have no word yet on what caused the crash. And now to news at the State House at 6:05. The state Senate passing a bill that would fund a program to replace lead pipes in the state. Now, according to legislation, it would require water lines to be replaced within 10 years. It would also establish new reporting requirements and risk assessments for older homes. While financial assistance for replacement lines would also be made available from the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank, and the bill now goes to the House. In a new report on Rhode Island's proposed 2024 budget by the Rhode Island Public Expenditure Council, or RIPEC, it says there will be significantly lower revenue for the next several years, citing pandemic-related funding running out, and the state's general revenue growth will be slowing. Now, the council did offer recommendations, which include reconciling state education aid, improving the business tax climate, and avoid spending beyond what's available. Let's get you outside to a beautiful sky cam at 6:06, much different than our 5 o'clock hour. You can see the sun starting to rise, warmer temps are on the way. I'm in a great mood, Skylar, and it's Friday Eve. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler.
Yeah, you know, the temperatures are going to be rising today, and we also have some visibility concerns outside. Just a few areas where the winds are very light or no winds at all, so where it's calm. Norwood looking at 1 mile visibility, and then if we look out along the Cape, we have about 1/4 of a mile. So just give yourself a little extra time if you're heading out. So Providence, 53 degrees right now. Winds are out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour, so they're starting to pick up a little bit. You can see those temperatures already rising this morning, so we're already in those 50s for much of the area. If you are making the commute up to Boston, it's already 59 degrees there. It is 60 degrees in Chatham this morning, so quite nice around the area. Very comfortable this morning. Those forecasted highs, we're looking at the 70s along our coastline and Cape, and then as you start to head further inland, we're going to see those 80s, and then as you get much further north and west, you're going to see those upper 80s and 90-degree temperatures throughout the day today. So today, mostly sunny with partly cloudy areas along our coastline, and we'll have this patchy fog through the morning, but again, as those winds start to pick up, that'll push it on out. So expect those temperatures to be warming nicely today. Summer-like feels today. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 miles an hour. So here's what we're looking at for our weekend. We have a front that's going to be moving into the area tomorrow night, and that's going to be coming in after, say, 7 o'clock. And that's going to take the evening and overnight hours to push on through, and that's bringing some scattered weekend showers with it. Unfortunately, yes, that's moving in on the weekend, and it's going to bring us some really cold temperatures, and that is just not something we're looking forward to. But right now, today is the first day of hurricane season. We do have an Invest 91L that's just in the Gulf Coast, and this has got a 20% chance of forming into something more so. I'm telling you this because this plays a part in our weather here. I'm gonna have more details on that full forecast in just a moment.
All right, let's take a look at your morning commute at 6:08 with our ABC6 Skycam. We're currently looking at Thurbers Ave right now. Let's take a look at some travel times for you before you head out the door. All right, if you're driving on 95 northbound Attleboro to Canton, it's only about 18 minutes there, so looking okay for you. And we have new details on former President Donald Trump. Now, explosive new reporting on Trump regarding his handling of classified documents. A new audio recording could be a crucial piece of evidence for federal investigators. ABC's Andrew Jimbert has more.
This morning, ABC News confirming federal prosecutors are in possession of an audio recording from nearly 2 years ago where former President Trump appears to acknowledge having classified documents. ABC News has not obtained the recording, but sources say Trump references a document which he claimed was about a potential attack on Iran, while indicating he was aware of the legal concerns surrounding the possession of the secret document. The audio was recorded in the summer of 2021, more than a year before FBI agents searched Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, seizing more than 100 classified documents after Trump's team failed to comply with a subpoena. The recording also reportedly includes Trump saying he was not sure if he could declassify records after leaving the White House.
I took the documents I'm allowed to.
Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing as the special counsel investigated whether he violated the law or put national security at risk. Trump has insisted the recovered documents were automatically declassified.
Did you ever show those classified documents to anyone?
Not really. I would have the right to. By the way, they were declassified
What do you mean, not really?
after. Not that I can think of.
This is all coming as Trump's feud with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis intensifies.
Mr. Trump, what's your response to Ron DeSantis calling you out by name?
Yesterday, both Republican presidential candidates were in Iowa, where Trump called DeSantis a very disloyal person during a radio interview. DeSantis is trailing Trump in the polls by double digits, but he's telling voters that Trump is unable to win another general election.
The tired dogmas of the past are inadequate for a vibrant future. We have to look forward. We can't look backwards. We must have the courage to lead, and we must have the strength to win.
Meanwhile, the Republican field to take on Trump is getting more crowded. Former Vice President Mike Pence and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie are both expected to announce their candidacies next week. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
It's 6:11, still to come on Good Morning Providence. An update on all of the damage that we saw of fire due to a beloved Portuguese restaurant in apartment building in Fall River. What those impacted are saying about losing everything. And you're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC6. We thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll be right back.
Showing how you feel. It's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile. I dropped the top on the S6 Street. Fly in my eyes, see the envy me. Shawty, she calling me MVP.
The NBA Finals. Game 1 tonight on ABC.
At Cox Mobile, we know other mobile companies like you to stay put with one type of plan. But we know life can take you anywhere, which is why you get the freedom to choose a data plan that actually fits you and the ease of changing it up anytime. Choose between pay-as-you-gig or gig unlimited, all while running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. Flexibility feels good. Cox Mobile, we're different because you're different.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with a tough Tacoma 4x4, the best-selling midsize pickup for 18 years, and named best truck among midsize pickups. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
When you use the finest quality materials, beautiful takes on a whole new meaning. Outdoor Living Materials is proud to provide its customers with the very best by carrying Keystone Hardscapes. Keystone Hardscapes is the premier hardscape solution for pavers, walls, and more. If you've dreamed of a breathtaking landscaped backyard that will continue to look beautiful year after year, rely on Keystone's trusted wall solutions, patio stones, and outdoor living elements to make your dream a reality.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
It's 6:14. Good morning. Providence continues with a follow-up on a fire in Fall River. An apartment complex and beloved restaurant is now boarded up after a raging fire destroyed the place Tuesday. Now, many of the people impacted by the fire are still trying to come to terms that they lost everything. ABC 6 News reporter Daniel Coates went back to the scene.
A boarded-up building sat quietly off the busy South Main Street in Fall River, nearly 24 hours after a fire ripped through Madagascar Azores restaurant and an apartment complex that displaced 5 adults and 7 children and drew the eyes of businesses across the area.
This area is extremely busy. So when we looked outside yesterday and saw a bunch of fire trucks, just another day. Just another day, yeah.
Bruce Delorier of the Fall River Tattoo Company, 25 yards across the street, says he's seen it all outside of his business of 3 years. But a fire so close to his building was a new scare.
It was in the back of the building, so it was kind of toward Dunkin' Donuts, and it was flames and smoke pouring out of that. That's what we saw. And of course, them moving people out of the Dunkin's parking lot, so on and so forth. We're in here, I'm tattooing, so I took my gloves off to go look outside, and I'm like, do we shut down? What's the process?
Cars of customers in the shop were blocked in by the many fire crews battling the flames on scene. Bruce and his full staff sheltered roughly 15 inside as they waited out the battle. Crews telling them their business was luckily out of harm's way.
So there was a few people that were in the middle of long tattoos, and they're like, hey, can we get a pizza? They ordered pizzas, and while it was blocked off, we got no pizza deliveries.
Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, though the restaurant Wednesday posting to social media they will be closed while the building is repaired in the near future.
Florida, action-packed, all day. That's all I've got. Yeah.
In Fall River, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We have a lot going on outside right now. So currently we're looking out across Providence, a little bit of haze, not too bad, just that's going to be kind of sticking around with us for the next couple of days, but that'll start to lift up as those winds pick up a bit. So visibility has some concerns this morning in a few areas. It's 3/4 of a mile up in Norwood, and most of our visibility concerns are down along the Cape area with 1/4 of a mile. So as soon as those winds pick up a bit, that'll start to lift off and move out. So temperatures are quite comfortable this morning as we're waking up. Got a lot of 50s on the board right now. 54 up in Norwood, 59 in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford, but along the Cape, we're in those upper 50s and 60 degrees in Chatham this morning. So for today, we can expect mostly sunny skies for pretty much all of us, except for around the Cape and coastline areas. You'll be partly cloudy along the coastal area. And again, we have that patchy fog this morning. Temperatures warming up as we start to move inland. So we'll be in those mid 80s around the area. Winds will be out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So with what we're expecting for today and tomorrow, we have a lot of warm air that's to the west and south of us, and that's going to be pulling up right into our area. And that's going to help those temperatures start to climb up as we get into today and then more so into tomorrow. So as we head into today, you can kind of see what's going on with the big surface map here. So we're watching this cold front, and this is a very large cold front that stretches across Canada. This has got a lot of cold air behind it that's going to be just dropping in over the area. So we're going to start to cool down as we head into the weekend because that front's bringing quite a bit of cool air with it. But in the meantime, expect those temperatures to be warming. So tomorrow we'll be in the 60s by 7 a.m. So we will be warming up nicely for the day, looking at those upper 80s, especially as you start to head north and west, and even some 90-degree temperatures for tomorrow in some northern areas. But for us, we're looking at those mid to upper 80s around the area. And now once we get into the afternoon tomorrow, into this Friday evening, we do have that front that's going to start to work its way into the area, and that's going to bring us some scattered showers over the weekend and much colder temps than what we've been seeing. So that front's going to get through the area in the overnight hours into Friday night into Saturday, and that's going to bring us that scattered showers through the area. Now our temperatures are going to be warm as we start out Saturday morning, and they're going to slowly fall as we head through the day. So our peak temperature of the day is going to come quite early. And then by the time we get into Sunday, a little bit opposite. We'll be cold in the morning and we'll start to warm up where our peak temperatures will come late in the day. So what's happening here is we do have this low pressure system that's just going to start to swirl off the coast of us. So as that front moves through, we're going to get the backlash of this low pressure system. So we'll keep getting some of those scattered showers, but look how long this extends all the way down to where that Invest 91L is sitting at. So this is kind of controlling our weather as we have some high pressure systems, and this is starting to pull in. So you can see that big stretch across the Atlantic. So for our 7-day forecast, here's what we're expecting. Warming up very nicely, summer-like temperatures today and tomorrow, but moving into Saturday, cooler. So like I said, we're going to reach our peak high of the day early in the day. Then temperatures are going to fall throughout Saturday. By Sunday, it's going to be flip-flopped. We'll be cool in the morning, and then we'll start to slowly warm up to reach that high temperature of the day in the evening hours. And then by Monday, we start to rebound. So expect those scattered showers and just the rain and the cooler temperatures through the weekend. And then by Monday, we start to rebound a bit and start to warm back up.
All right, Skylar, thank you. Now to consumer news on Good Morning Providence. Amazon and the FTC reaching a settlement over privacy concerns with Ring cameras. Now, the FTC alleges Ring gave employees unrestricted access to customers' home security systems. The agency goes so far to say one Ring employee viewed thousands of videos from at least 81 female users back in 2017 before Amazon bought the company in 2018. Still, Amazon agrees to settle the lawsuit for $5.8 million and implement new data security programs. And Air New Zealand will start weighing passengers before they board. Now, according to the airline, the data recorded will help with weight distribution on its planes. The information will not be viewable on the agent's screen, and the data will be submitted to the survey and will be anonymous for privacy reasons. New Zealand Civil Aviation Authority is asking Air New Zealand to collect the data. And it's 6:21 still to come on Good Morning Providence. After a false start last week, the Patriots are back on the field for OTAs. What Mac Jones is saying about his new offensive coordinator and who wasn't there.
This week, stop and shop for great deals. 80% lean ground beef or I-round roast are $2.99 per pound with a digital coupon. Coca-Cola mini cans 10-pack are buy 2 get 1 free. Plus, now get locked-in savings for weeks. Look for our new deal lock tags throughout the store. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students. I started screening for colon cancer because of my late husband, Jay. I wish he could have seen our daughter, Ellie, get married on the best day of her life. But colon cancer took him from us, like it's taken so many others. That's why I've made it my mission to talk about getting screened and ask people to share their reasons why.
I screen for my growing family. Being with them means everything to me.
I screen for my girls. They're always surprising me.
I screen for my son. I'm his biggest fan. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, it's time to screen. Today, there are more screening options than ever before, including Cologuard.
Cologuard is non-invasive and finds 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages. It's not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you.
Everyone has a reason to screen for colon cancer. If you're 45 or older, get started at missiontoscreen.com.
Natural recipes, great taste is guaranteed. Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy. Try new Incredibites. Just for small dogs.
Find deals every week. And everyday savings. With all the quality, all the value, all the time. The quality you crave and savings you can count on. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
ABC 6 News anchor Tiffany Murphy. I know how hectic life can be, so give us 11 minutes at 11 o'clock, and we'll give you tonight's breaking headlines, updates on today's top stories. 11 minutes of non-stop commercial-free news and weather. Everything you need to know to get ready for tomorrow. Join me for 11 at 11, only on ABC 6.
It's 6:23. Good Morning Providence covering the Patriots. The team finally on the field after a tumultuous 2022. The first open organized team activities held in Foxborough Wednesday since the NFL's penalty was issued. ABC 6 sports anchor Ian Steele has more from Gillette Stadium.
Too many men on the field. Defense.
Or too many men in meetings for too long. 2 practice penalty.
replay the down.
Look, I'm responsible for it, so that's it.
A delay of game for our first look at the Patriots scheduled to be open to the press last week, but that session among the two canceled because of special teams meetings held by Joe Judge, keeping players longer than the designated 4-hour workday.
Had a good long weekend. We're looking forward to getting out on the field today. It's all in the past.
Is it really a clean slate? Let's ask Slate.
Our organization, regardless of its reputation, is always going to try to abide by the rules. Things happen. I know people are going to say, well, this, but, I don't think that was the case here.
Barring any more setbacks, we can wave hello to football season and the Pats' biggest offseason addition, offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien.
It's been normal. I think everything he's done so far has been really good. I think the communication is the most important part, and trust. He's done a great job in controlling the room. I feel like everyone's on the same page.
Some other big names missing from the voluntary practice: first-round pick Christian Gonzalez, free agent Juju Smith-Schuster, and team sack leader Matthew Judon. Tight end Mike Gesicki was there as New England tries to clean up its offense from last year.
I'm going to run my race, and hopefully everybody will run right behind me, and we'll be able to push this thing along. I'll do everything I can to earn the respect of everybody in this building again, and from there, go out there and win some games.
The next open organized team activity is scheduled for Tuesday. In Foxborough, I'm Ian Steele, ABC 6 Sports.
And here's ABC 6 meteorologist Skylar Spindler with your forecast on the 6th.
If you are headed out to the bus stop, we are going to be in the 60s this morning, so we are warming up very quickly. We'll have nice skies, sunny for most of the area, in those 80s as you head home this afternoon. So here's that warm up as we head through the morning hours. You can see how quickly we get into those 80-degree temperatures, so expect a lot of us to warm even as we head further north and west. But we'll keep the Cape and the coastline in those 70s, so quite nice. We'll feel those summer-like temperatures, and the setup, what we're looking at for the coming weekend. We do have a cold front up here in Canada. This is a very large cold front that's going to be moving into the area, bringing some chilly air and frigid temperatures as we move into the weekend. And I say frigid because we're used to these really warm temperatures as we head into the next 2 days. Weekend's going to be a little bit chilly. So here's a look at what we're expecting for today. Mostly sunny. Partly cloudy along the coastal areas, a little bit of fog around the some low-lying areas just because those winds are calm right now, but they do start to pick up later on out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Here's one last look at that 7-day forecast. So front moves in Friday night. That's going to bring some scattered showers, some cooler temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. Not a washout, but just know that they're going to be scattered throughout Saturday and Sunday into Monday morning, but then we start to warm up as we head into the first part of next week.
It's 6:27, still to come on Good Morning Providence. Yanni.
Compass Medical announcing it will close its doors for good at the end of this week, coming as a complete shock to patients and staff. Hear their concerns after the break.
Plus, Congressman David Cicilline says goodbye to Congress. Hear from the former rep on his days serving Rhode Islanders. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
These are spectacular. I wonder who the artist is.
Glorious colors.
I can see myself in that backyard.
Cambridge pavers bring a backyard to life. And Cambridge pavers will keep their rich colors and stay beautiful for years to come, thanks to the unique Armortech process. Let Cambridge make a masterpiece of your home. With Armortech, you have your dreams come true.
Frankie's International Bistro believes that great food starts with the best ingredients. They source organic ingredients from the finest local and international producers so that every dish is memorable. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty house-made pasta dish or a succulent grass-fed steak, they have something for everyone. Experience dining at the next level with friends or with family. Everyone will leave with a smile. So make the right choice for dinner tonight. Frankie's International Bistro. Something for everyone.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for that summer road trip. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all summer long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Oof.
Gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It helps remove odors 3 times better than detergent alone.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh.
This week, the debt ceiling, where things stand. Plus, as the 2024 presidential race begins, who's in now? We've got your campaign trail dashboard. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
This is everything I ever dreamed of.
The summer of '69 was the best summer ever.
Be cool.
You were the best Peter Pan ever, baby.
Those 2 hours and 23 minutes really flew by.
The Wonder Years returns Wednesday, June 14th on ABC.
This week on America's most watched daytime talk show, we're serving up a sizzling political view with the first openly trans state congresswoman, Zoe Zephyr, plus Nick Mohammed and David Burkett and Neil Patrick Harris on ABC's The View.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. We hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday Eve. I'm Tara Lenizak. It's 6:30. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that forecast.
We are starting out quite comfortable this morning. 53 in Providence. Winds are starting to pick up a bit out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour. So here's a look at the temperatures around the area. We are climbing up already. It's 59 in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford. We had 61 in Chatham this morning. So quite nice and comfortable temperatures as we're waking up. A couple of visibility concerns if you're making the commute up to Boston. This is actually improved a bit up by Norwood, 7-mile visibility. So not too bad. So most of our concerns really now are along the Cape area with a quarter of a mile. So just give yourself a little extra time. And that's just because those winds are calm, but they're about to start lifting. So you see those wind speeds starting to pick up a bit. So that'll push that fog on out. So forecasted highs for today. We're going to keep the coastline a little bit cooler, but not bad. You'll be in those 70s. So nice 70-degree temperatures all along the coastline area. And as we start to move further inland, you see those temperatures climb. So low 80s, mid 80s, and even possibly 90 degrees up in Norwood. So not too bad. That's because we have this warm air to the south and west of us that's really pooling up into our area through the jet stream. And that's going to allow those temperatures to climb up today and tomorrow. But we have a cold front headed our way. I'm going to give you details on that in just a moment.
Thank you, Skylar. New this morning at 6:31, Compass Medical Group announcing plans to close its practices in Massachusetts. It's coming as a complete shock to patients and staff. This morning, the closing is raising concerns for many as well. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis joins us in the newsroom with more on what you need to know. Yanni, what can you tell us?
Well, Tara Lynn, a lot of people frustrated and concerned over the closing of Compass Medical, some of them even raising concerns about what will happen to their medical records after the business abruptly announced its closing. Now, they're going to be closing all 6 locations in southeastern Massachusetts, in Quincy, Braintree, Easton, East Bridgewater, Taunton, and Middleborough. And some patients of Compass Medical say they found out yesterday through their providers that the practice would be closing permanently.
Doctor that you trust. That's hard, for everybody. You just have to start over again.
The company posted a statement on its website that reads in part, quote, "After a steady stream of challenges, we were ultimately forced to make the devastating decision to close all offices of Compass Medical effective immediately." Now, among some of those challenges, the group was reportedly ordered to pay more than $16 million to a Dallas-based healthcare system last October, and staff at Compass Medical telling our sister station WCVB that merger talks with another company recently fell through. All of this likely leading to yesterday's bombshell announcement that Compass Medical will be imminently closing. In the newsroom, Yanni Trigelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that. Good Morning Providence covering political news now at 6:33. It's the end of an era for Congressman David Cicilline as he leaves politics behind to take over the prestigious Rhode Island Foundation. Now, after 12 years representing the Ocean State in D.C., Cicilline reflected on his time in office with ABC 6 reporter Caitlin Gelhaus.
It is my last day serving in Congress, and I feel a tremendous sense of gratitude to the people of Rhode Island who have given me this extraordinary opportunity, really the opportunity of a lifetime to represent Rhode Island in Washington for the last 12 years.
As Congressman David Cicilline wraps up his last day in Congress, he's looking back on the accomplishments he's most proud of.
I think the work that I led on human rights and equality, both passing the Respect for Marriage Act, the Equality Act in the House, awaiting finally for passage in the Senate one day soon, I hope, but also work I've done on the Foreign Affairs Committee to promote human rights around the world.
Wednesday was a big night in D.C. as lawmakers voted on the nation's debt ceiling bill, which was also Cicilline's final vote as a representative for the Ocean State.
My staff and I have been studying this agreement. I think the president was able to accomplish a lot in this agreement. Not everything that I like, but I'm going to have these final conversations with my staff and with my colleagues. I am leaning toward a yes vote.
Cicilline says he plans to hit the ground running as Rhode Island Foundation's new CEO.
It's a great team of folks there, lots of work underway, and I look forward to doing all I can to build on the success of the Rhode Island Foundation and take it to do even more and have even greater impact in our state.
Cicilline says he hopes the people of Rhode Island will remember him as a leader who delivered real results for the state. In Providence, I'm Caitlin Gelhaus, ABC 6 News.
6:35, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie will run for president again. Now, Christie will reportedly make the announcement on Tuesday of next week at a town hall in New Hampshire. Christie first tried to get the Republican nomination back in 2016. Now, he has been an outspoken critic of former president and fellow candidate Donald Trump. He endorsed Trump in 2016 after dropping out of the race. And former Vice President Mike Pence is set to launch his 2024 presidential campaign. Two sources say he's formally announcing on June 7th. They say it'll include a video and a speech in Iowa. CNN is holding a town hall with Pence that night. And the debt ceiling drama that's been hovering over Washington, D.C. for months could be coming to an end soon. Now, a deal that suspends the nation's debt limit until New Year's Day 2025 gets through the House by a vote of 314 to 117. Now, the bill also caps non-defense spending, cutbacks on some COVID-19 relief funds, and expands work requirements for some food stamps recipients. President Joe Biden applauded the House vote and is urging the Senate to, quote, pass it quickly as possible so that it can be signed into law.
Is it everything I wanted? No. But sitting with one House, with a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic president who didn't want to meet with us, I think we did pretty dang good for the American public.
Nobody on either side thinks this agreement is perfect, that's for sure. Nobody got everything they wanted.
Now, some Republicans are not happy House Speaker Kevin McCarthy made a deal. Representative Ken Buck says conservatives will soon discuss possibly removing McCarthy from his leadership role. Let's get you back outside for a beautiful look with our ABC 6 Skycam at 6:37. The sun is shining out there. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that forecast.
So we're looking at a little bit of haze in the skies, but pretty high up, so not too bad. As soon as those winds pick up a little bit more, that should be moving it out. So we're looking at winds out of the west-southwest right now at 5 miles an hour, 53 degrees in Providence. And look at some of these temperatures around the area. So we are warming up nicely. We're going to be warming up very quickly now. So we're looking at 55 in Norwood, 59 up in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford, and we got 61 degrees in Chatham this morning. So what we're expecting for today is those temperatures to start rising up. So even the Cape and the coastline area are going to be in the 70s all through the day. So a very nice temperature. And then as we start to move into the inland areas, we'll be in those low to mid 80s and then even some possible 90s around the area. So again, that's going to be further inland. But here's what we're expecting for our weekend outlook. We do have a front that's going to move through the area tomorrow night after, say, 7 p.m. So it starts to approach the area then. And then it takes the whole overnight hours to get this front through. And that's going to be bringing us some scattered showers throughout the weekend. It's not going to be a total washout. We're going to be getting about 2/10 of an inch rain on Saturday and even into Sunday. And it's also bringing colder temperatures with it. So after having this nice warm up today and tomorrow, those temperatures are going to be dipping a bit. And that's because this long front line here just to the north of us in Canada is bringing some cold Canadian air right into our area. And that's going to be dropping down tomorrow night. So we're going to see those temperatures on Saturday, our peak temperature of the day coming early in the day. And then by the time we get into Saturday, those temperatures do start to drop throughout the day. I'm going to have more details on this forecast in just a moment.
All right, come along with me outside to help our morning commuters this morning by taking a look at some traveling for you. You're taking a look right now at 95 at Branch. A lot of cars packed on that road, as you're seeing with our ABC6 Skycam. Let's take a look at travel times for you before you head out the door this morning. All right, if you're traveling 195 westbound State Line to the 95 split, you're just 3 minutes there, so you're okay. Different story though with 24 northbound as it goes. Fall River to Route 93, it's about 45 minutes right now, so you're in the yellow, moving slow. Give yourself some time this morning if you're traveling that route. All right, 6:39, Americans are once again taking to the roads for summer vacations. Some surveys say that more than half of Americans will be taking a road trip this year. If you're getting ready for your driving holiday, ABC's Rena Roy has some information and tips to make it a little smooth and a less expensive ride.
When it comes to road trips this summer, let's start with the most important question. What is the forecast for gas prices?
Well, overall, Americans are going to be shelling out a lot less if they hit the road this summer to fill their tanks. The average price is likely to be 75 cents to $1.25 below that of last year.
Patrick DeHaan of Gas Buddy says there are a lot of ways you can save money on driving this summer, starting with slowing down.
Setting your cruise for a little bit below the speed limit can dramatically increase your fuel efficiency. Going 65 miles an hour instead of 75 miles an hour can increase efficiency by anywhere from 15 to 25%. That's like saving 25 to 50 cents a gallon. So slowing down just a little bit can go a long way.
Other ways to cut costs include signing up for gas station loyalty programs, paying for your gas with cash, and using driving apps like Gas Buddy, Google, or Waze to shop for the best prices. If you're crossing state lines on your road trip, be aware that prices can change significantly from state to state.
Every state has a different gasoline tax. And so some states' gasoline taxes are higher. And of course, then that makes the price of gasoline more expensive. Some states see a difference of 20 to 40 cents between what one state charges versus another.
Before you take off on your trip, make sure your tires are properly inflated and check your trunk for any extra weight you may be carrying and take it out. That will increase your car's fuel efficiency. And remember that gas stations closest to exits on the highway will always be the most expensive. Going to a station a little farther off the highway can save you money. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
It is 6:41, still to come on Good Morning Providence. A failed spy satellite launch in North Korea had South Korea and Japan on high alert. The chaos it caused. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC6. We thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll be right back. Sit tight.
Call the Car Wreck Pro at 1-800-LAW-1222. I'm attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter.
Ah, the McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy.
CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions. Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day you'll be able to transform this pile of plastic pieces into a superbot, which could transform you from just Julian's dad into Julian's hero. Introducing multi-gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today.
We're reinventing our network.
for total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. United States Postal Service.
Ah, the McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
.644 now to our focus on your health. One of the leading causes of foodborne illness outbreaks at restaurants is due to restaurant workers who are sick and then handle the food. Now that's according to a study by the CDC. The most common issues were norovirus and salmonella. While most restaurants surveyed had policies that keep sick staff members from working, fewer than half of the workers were offered paid sick leave. And the rate of teenagers giving birth has fallen to a new historic low. The CDC analyzed birth certificates and found over 3.5 million children were born last year. Experts say the data highlights an ongoing shift in the age of those giving birth. For instance, the teen birth rates dropped to another record low in 2022, which is consistent since it has been falling for more than 3 decades. In the same year, the rates among Americans in their mid-30s and 40s having babies increased. And the FDA approved Pfizer's vaccine for the highly contagious respiratory virus known as RSV. Now, the virus causes flu-like illness in people of all ages, but it is more common in babies and young children. It can also be dangerous for seniors. An estimated 10,000 to 13,000 adults at least 65 years old die each year as a result of the infection. Now, this is the second such vaccination approved to prevent the virus. At 6:45, Good Morning Providence covering world headlines. Iran is prosecuting 2 journalists who reported on the death of Mahsa Amini. Now, the young woman killed by police back in September. Her death sparked months of massive anti-government protest. Iranian intelligence agents accused the 2 journalists of colluding with hostile powers, which could carry the death penalty. While protests have now simmered down, authorities are not relenting. A human rights group says the government has now begun executing protesters yet again. In a failed spy satellite launched by North Korea sent South Korea into evacuation mode. Now, South Korea says they sent out evacuation notices to residents because of the unusual flight pattern of the launch. Now, typically missiles are launched towards the East Coast, but this morning officials found the projectile to be firing towards South Korean airspace. North Korea officials were quick to admit the launch of their first spy satellite was a failure, but they say they will launch again soon. The Wednesday launch also prompted brief evacuation alerts in Japan.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Well, we're looking outside and we've got a little bit of haze this morning, but as the winds start to pick up, this will start to move on out. So expect some of these hazy conditions to be fluttering through the area for the next couple of days. So temperatures this morning are quite mild as you're getting up. It's 53 in Smithfield. If you're heading up to Boston, it's 59 degrees. And we got 48 in New Bedford, but 61 degrees in Chatham right now. So nice, comfortable temperatures as we're waking up. So today it's going to be mostly sunny. We'll be partly cloudy along the coastal area. And then through this morning, we do have a couple of little patchy fog areas, but most of that is starting to move on out and lift up because the winds are starting to pick up. So we'll have those winds out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour today. So what we're going to be expecting through today and tomorrow is that we have this warm temperatures that's much to the west of us and south. So that's going to be pulling in with the jet stream, and that's going to help us start to climb up through today and tomorrow. So expect those temperatures to rise up into the 80s and even further inland and much further north and west will be into the 90s. But for us, what we're watching now is this long cold front that's in Canada that's going to be dropping down into the area, bringing some cold Canadian air to our area. So as we get into Friday morning, not so bad, but by the evening hours, we'll start to see that front move through. So in the morning, as you get up, look, we'll be at 60 degrees by 6 a.m. So nice temperatures as you're getting up and getting going. We'll be in the 70s by 9 a.m. So a quick warm up tomorrow. And then by the time we get into the afternoon, we'll see those upper 80s and even 90s much further north and west west of us. So what we're expecting for the weekend is that we do have this cold front that's going to be moving through tomorrow night after 7 o'clock. It's going to take all night to get through the area, but that's going to be bringing some scattered showers throughout the weekend and much colder temps than what we're going to be seeing from now. So enjoy the summer-like conditions today and tomorrow, because now we're going to feel like we're back in March as we head into the weekend. So we got that cool air north of us. That's going to drop through. You see that front moving through, and it's going to bring some scattered showers to the area. So what's going to happen here is we're going to get stuck just on the backside of this low pressure system. So we'll be getting the backlash of this as we head into Sunday. So again, it'll be scattered, but you can see just how long the system stretches. And this is our Invest 91L that is in the Gulf Coast right now, but it'll be moving across Florida. And this is going to be helping steer our weather pattern. So again, we'll be getting some of those scattered showers through the weekend and into Sunday night into Monday morning. So expect those temperatures to drop into the 50s. So Saturday, what we're expecting is that we're going to reach our peak temperature of the day early. And then by the time we get through the day, those temperatures are going to decline. Flip-flopped on Sunday, we're going to start out cold, but then we'll warm up in the evening hours to those upper 50s. But then we do rebound. We have some rain that's going to move through overnight Sunday night into Monday. And then we'll start to see those 60s climbing back up into almost 70 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Skylar, thank you. U.S. retailers are warning of an increase in organized retail crime, costing them hundreds of millions of dollars. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, when shoplifting becomes something more sinister.
It's an absolute threat.
That senior U.S. official is talking about organized retail crime, where groups of criminals steal high-value items to then sell online or elsewhere.
They know exactly what stores to hit, when and where. Obviously, the profitability is the key here.
And Homeland Security officials tell ABC News they now see violent gangs and dangerous international groups getting involved, organizations suspected of ties to drug trafficking or even terrorism financing.
These criminal networks, they may be full-time drug traffickers that see an opportunity to work with a crew that's already stealing.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this wave of organized retail crime and show you how one major retailer is taking steps to protect its employees and merchandise. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
We'll be back with a look at your news on the go, plus Skylar's coming back with your on the go forecast. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6.
Just over 6 weeks ago, a man decided to fire shots into your car. You were shot 3 times.
A high school cheerleader shot in a parking lot. Now her first interview.
And have you ever thought, I'm lucky to be here?
Friday on Good Morning America.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
I dropped the top on the 6th Street. Fly in my eyes, see the envy me. Shawty, she calling me MVP.
The NBA Finals, Game 1, tonight on ABC.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin D knocks out your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion, without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Claritin D.
Series returns on ABC.
Everybody standing before us all carries the same secret.
These celeb relatives.
You are each related to a celebrity.
Step out of the shadows.
You must do whatever it takes to uncover everyone else's identity.
And into the spotlight.
Jane's really good at lying. They haven't shared any clues with you.
You can't trust anybody here.
The tension in the house tonight is high.
She's screaming, she's screaming, she's screaming, she's screaming.
Claim to Fame premieres June 26th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I dropped the top on the 6th Street. Fly in my eyes, see the envy me. Shawty, she calling me MVP.
The NBA Finals, Game 1, tonight on ABC.
Welcome to the reading of my will.
In minutes, I'll find out if I'm going to be a father.
I leave you the truth.
The results are in.
General Hospital on ABC.
Welcome back at 6:54. Time for your news on the go. All your headlines, weather, and traffic. Compass Medical Group announcing plans to close its practices in Massachusetts. Patients are raising concerns about what will happen to medical records and access to providers. There are locations in Easton and Taunton in Bristol County, Mass. The company called the decision to close devastating in a statement. And a Fall River police officer found guilty of repeatedly abusing his authority. 40-year-old Michael Pessoa, a 17-year vet of the department, used excessive and unnecessary force in 4 separate incidents from 2014 to 2019. Now he was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, civil rights violations, and false reporting. According to the Bristol County DA's office, Pessoa was found guilty on all counts. His sentencing date is June 7th. And a Providence man is charged with a DUI after a crash in Cranston that seriously injured a 4-year-old. Now, the 2-car crash shut down a busy intersection in Cranston last night. It happened at Farmington and Dyer Avenues. Police say that the 4-year-old is expected to survive despite the injuries. Now, that child was taken to Hasbro for treatment. Jose Morales is charged with driving under the influence. The accident involved a pickup truck and convertible Mustang. Cranston police are still investigating the case. In a new report on Rhode Island's proposed 2024 budget by the Rhode Island Public Expenditure Council, or RIPEC, it says there will be significantly lower revenue for the next several years. Citing pandemic-related funding running out in the state's general revenue growth will be slowing down. Now, the council did offer recommendations which include reconciling state education aid, improving the business tax climate, and avoid spending what's beyond available. Before you head out the door, let's take a look at the roads for you at 6:56. You're taking a look right now at Route 146 out there. Let's take a look at some travel times for you. All right, if you're heading out on 195 westbound, State Line to the 95 split, you're okay there. That's just 3 minutes. But different story with 24 northbound Fall River to Route 93. You're in the yellow. It's 46 minutes, moving slow. So please take your time out there and drive safe. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that forecast.
Well, as we head through the day today, expect those temperatures to be warming up. So it's going to feel very summer-like. We're going to keep the coastline area in the 70s today. Moving further inland, we see those temperatures rising in the 80s and even maybe some 90s around the area. So what we're looking at today is the first day of hurricane season. We have Invest 91L on the Gulf Coast, and so that's going to be moving across. It's kind of helping steer some of our weather patterns as well, because we have this cold front that's going to be dipping down out of Canada Friday night, and that's going to give us some of those chillier temperatures as we head into the weekend. We're also going to get the backlash of this low pressure system of some of those scattered showers throughout the weekend. So be prepared. Not a washout, but we'll have cooler temperatures and rainy weather. So expect that to be dipping down. We'll probably catch about a half-inch total or so out of this whole system. But by Monday, we start to clear up and bounce back into the 60s.
Good Morning America is up next. Join us for ABC 6 News at noon for the latest news, traffic, and weather anytime. ABC6.com is always on. Thanks for starting your morning with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC6.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC 6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4th immediately after Hot Bench.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal, it's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you. Tyler had breakfast. Hey, buddy.
Your choice of breakfast croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Stay tuned for Good Morning America, starting in 60 seconds with the nation's top headlines and news from around the world, live from Times Square in New York.
As the fight to protect life moves to a different arena.
With the overturn of Roe, every state has to determine what the law will become.
Ohio is next in line.
An amendment to make abortion permanent is expected to be on November's ballot.
But could legalized abortion just be the beginning?
If they are successful, we are going to see an elimination of parental rights.
On the 700 Club, Thursday at 9 a.m.
The wife is due?
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming by the show.
It's where everybody
You were a prison guard. I like to crack that whip.
has a story to tell.
You eat bugs?
Munch them.
You munch them. You crush watermelons?
Between my legs. We had a fight on the airplane. I was kind of getting my licks in.
Really? And a chance
This was on your bucket list?
I'm going for it.
to win it all.